Okay, there we go. I started my stream with everything muted. First time I've done that. Okay, I think we're good to go. Are you getting in, or what like what's it saying? Oh, is like no one able to join anything? That would be really bad timing to try to do this. It could be. You should be able to click my name in the main menu and go join. Okay, I'm gonna restart it then here. Yeah, guys, looks like we're having some multiplayer problems. Oh, I got a score of 8. That's awesome. Oh, yeah, I do have my fan on, actually. That's a good point, guys. I'll turn it off. Oh, wow. Alright, let's get out of here and see if I can send you a new one. Yeah, maybe if you start one. Did you? Okay. I'll join party here and see what happens. Yeah, because I don't mind going backwards. I don't know. I'm clicking on it and it's not doing anything. Oh, there we go. Failed to join party. Yeah, I think the servers are messed up right now. Yeah, that really sucks. Oh, well, I guess single player it is. Yeah, cool, man, for sure. That kind of sucks. All right, I'll see you later, man. All right. Okay, guys. So, oops. I guess the party system isn't working. It is what it is, but it's just you and me now, guys. So we're gonna go ahead and do some more stuff here. Save 3 survivors and successful missions. Okay, so this is single player basically I'm on right now because I was on multiplayer, but people just kind of do random crap and it doesn't really make any sense. Like, you'll have one guy that's like in the middle and he'll get everything going and launch it, and everyone else would be like off doing something else. It's kind of fun, but not very organized. Yes, for right now it is $40 US, but it is going to become free to play once it's polished and complete. So yeah, and excuse my voice today, guys. It's a little funky. I had a rough morning. But we're going to get the game going here. So basically, it's a gathering, looting, killing, reinforcing, beefing up, taking on hordes. It's really, really good at tower defense, and tower defense is fun. It's not 7 days to die. Like, you don't build like a glorious base. It's literally a base for defense. Fortnite on PS4 is free on Steam, $15. What? When I buy the PC one, the early adoption one, I do get the PC version as well too. Alright, cool. So, we're supposed to do something. We're supposed to search for the Atlas target. So we's got to go for a walk here, guys. We got to go do some exploring. We got to go do some loot. And this is good. I needed to get to this stage because I'm pretty much out of everything. I don't even have any friggin' basic ammo. So we are going to go and tear up town here and go and get some loot. I need to take apart some cars and electronics to get all my main loot and stuff. Will it be free when it goes? Yeah, it's going to be free to play. It's one of those free to play with additions, but it's actually a lot of fun. And it looks really good in 4K. I don't mind it at all. You know what? Let's open fire here. You awake, buddy? Oh, your friend's coming. Oh shoot, is she right in this house and I just started it? I hope not. It's gonna be real intense, guys. Can you guys hear the game volume and everything perfectly? Like, how's the game volume compared to the main volume? So let's bash up some of these cars here. Now I've leveled up enough to get the perk. You guys see that blue thing every time I hit something? What that is, it shows its weak point. If you hit it there, you get a damage bonus. Oh, sweet, some ammo. We really need a lot of stuff before I expand my base. It's kind of fun, though, destroying everything. Like, you can literally, except for the landscape, destroy everything. So I guess I gotta go in here? Where is she? I don't know. We need to collect some stuff first, so. No game audio? No game volume? What? I see it on my OBS. I have no idea what the PlayStation thing's at, dude. Okay, so I have to go to my options. Apparently you can't hear the game audio, so let's check that out. Like, I can hear it, and the dashboard shows it. I don't see why you guys wouldn't be able to hear it. Can you guys hear it now? It's very soft? Oh, you mean it's very low. Okay. Huh. So I guess we need to get into this place, apparently. But we do need to go and collect stuff. My internet's all fucky again. Sweet. Got some good parts off of that. Yo, fuck your car. Okay, there's no way you guys can't hear it. It's showing it as output, guys. Like, I'm looking at it right now. It's showing audio output. You know what? I can look at it myself 1 second here. That's really weird. What the hell's going on here? 1 second. I'll go to my audio options. Maybe it's turned down for some reason. That makes 0 sense how it's very soft. That's got to be something wrong on YouTube's side. Can you guys hear my voice? Yeah, like my audio is all the way up. Did we just connect? Did we just is Oh, is that Gameedged? Oh, that's Gameedged. Uh-oh, stuff is happening, guys. That's funny, that is Gameedged. All of a sudden he connected to me. What is happening here? Fucking shit. That makes 0 sense, guys. You can't hear anything. It's got to be on YouTube's end. It has to be. I don't know any other explanation. It's loud on my headset. It's loud on the desktop. You are loud on mine? I'm talking about game audio. Okay, anyways. Hey, what's up, man? Oh wait, what am I talking on? How do I get to the different menus? I want to go. Why is it not letting me say anything? Wow, this game's just messed up right now. That is really weird. My chat's not showing up. I don't know what he's doing. That's funny. I gotta collect some of that blue glow. Whoa! 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 Get it! Get it! Oh, get it! Oh, yay! Look, we got it. It's a treasure zombie. No friggin' way. That's awesome. They totally took my idea. Oh. Cool. Well, that was crazy. Okay, I'm gonna... Can I connect it to the headset? What? Yeah, I have no idea. 1 second here, guys. Yeah, I don't know what's with the game audio here, guys. Like, everything's set full out. I don't know what to tell you. Okay, so anyways. Maybe it's a bug with the game. I don't know. I'm gonna join back up with Gameedged here, I think. Yeah, I know, my internet's like fucked. It does drop frames every now and then, guys, I'm sorry. Okay, I'm gonna join up with Gameedged here again, see what's going on. Ah, there you are. What's going on, dude? Yeah, I can't even... I can't type back to you either. No. Yeah, they kind of really fudged that one. And apparently they can't hear my game audio for some random reason. Yeah. Yeah, everything's fine. It's even showing the output with the desktop audio. Yeah, I don't know. Nope. You ended up joining when I was like trying to figure out that problem. Yeah. It is what it is. Alright. I think we're supposed to save somebody right now. Yeah, we got some incoming. Those things actually look pretty cool. Yeah, we gotta save this person over here, apparently. There's someone in this building, I think. Yeah, I'm thinking maybe she's on the second floor. Oh, I found a gnome. I'm gonna destroy the gnome. Alright, I'll be there in a second. Cool. Oh, you found her? Huh. Alright. Hey, thanks for the tip, Fez. Much appreciated. Oh. What in the world just happened? Oh, okay. No, I think, like... No, that one's yours? It's showing floating as yours, yeah. Yeah, no, it's all good. I really don't. There's so much loot. Yay! I just found some bacon. Yeah. Oh, is there? Did you get it? Nice. We have to. I'm actually not even sure. Like, this happened, and then this happened. So we have to like find and save survivors, and then search for the Atlas target, whatever that is. Oh yeah, there's the other survivor. Okay, it just doesn't show up on the compass. That's all. Yeah. Yeah. Actually, I'm making myself a better weapon. Oh, cool. Whoa. The crafting system's kind of crazy too. It's all like auto crafting. Oh, sweet. This one's much better than my old one. Okay. Sweet. So I got some ammo and a decent weapon now. Well, I learned the schematic a while ago and upgraded it through the menus. There's a lot of different menus for like upgrades and stuff. Yeah, it's all like XP based. I kind of like it. Yeah, I'm actually I'm pretty impressed. I wasn't really when I first seen it. The cartoons weren't really my thing, but now that I'm playing it, the gameplay is fun though. Oh, we got them lobbers. Those guys are pretty tough. Those things hurt. You got to build roofs because they destroy the inside of your base. Yeah, yeah. There's a whole bunch of different type of attackers. Did a gnome bite it off? Yeah, it was a gnome. That's what happened. Oh yeah. Oh, another one of these guys. Yeah, a little treasure guy again. Where are you? Oh, oh, don't do that. Oh, I heard. Sometimes they come up as a bomb, apparently, and I hit it. Yeah. As soon as I seen them red, I was like, oh, I had already swung. That's kind of fun, actually. Alright, so where's this person? We gotta go save her. Oh, here she is. Oh, there's a lot of loot in here. Hey, Jason. Hey, Chaos. How you doing, guys? Yeah, I guess I'll talk to her. Yeah, you're cool, too. I know, the game's so, like, weird positive, but at the same time, it's... I don't... it's weird, but it's a good game so far. I've been enjoying it. I didn't mind Plants vs. Zombies. That's a marker. Like, if you're running across a map and you find something, you can set it off, and then people can see where it is. Yeah. So some of them do. Some of them do like special things. Like if you're in an area, it'll give you a bonus. I need some ammo, so I'm taking them cars apart. Inventory, and then oh wait, is there a way to craft it on the fly? Oh yeah, no, Q's building. Yeah, oh I do. I go into inventory, then the little ammo button up the top. Actually, I just made a bunch. Sweet. Electronic items and stuff drop the nuts and bolts you need for them, and cars. Oh, there's a basement in here. Oh, I just found some more bacon. There's a lot of bacon in this game. That's awesome. Do I have company? What's happening? Are you being shot at? Oh, it's attacking the house. Well, that's not very smart. Oh, whoa. My chat finally came through. Yeah, they obviously have some work to do on their multiplayer. Are you outside or are you inside the building? Oh. Oh, I think, oh yeah, this, what this does is start submission, I think. So let's go ahead and just do it. See what happens. Oh, no, we got a shield boost. Okay. I don't know what that is, but... The house is jiggly. It is. Yeah, he's not bad, though. Yeah, yeah, it's good to collect these. You can use them for power-ups. You use them to start missions and stuff, too. Yeah, I haven't been even using my OP gun. Oh, holy crap. It was that I knocked her off the edge, and I guess she was getting revenge. Yeah, I got her. Oh, I guess we have to go find the third survivor. Oh yeah, the first one, the heavy bullets. Oh, what's this? Energy cell. Look, that's new for me. But the heavy bullets are for I forget which weapons they are, but if you're using like the SMG, the base like rifle, use light bullets. And yeah, as far as I know, I've just been making light bullets for that thing. It doesn't really have a description in it, so it doesn't. Yeah, it's not very clear on that. Get some damn ammos. Eh? I don't think so, but I think they're dealing with it. Yeah, I don't know what's going on there. It's really weird, but eh. I think we should go west. Yeah, we haven't unlocked over there. I can hear them. Oh, what's this over here? Check this thing out. I don't know what this does. Whoa, what was that? That's not us. We're on ours. Whoa. Well, that solved that problem. You found a layout for the radar tower. Build it corner and be extra. Be able to active. Okay. You want to build something? Yeah. I don't know how to do this. Oh, I think we found our other survivor. Oh, there we go. Okay, so G confirm. Oh, wait. I don't even know. I don't know how to do those buildings. This is the first time I've come across one. Yeah, I know, because these are none of this shit. I've never been able to make these shapes. Look how defined they are. Oh, I think this is the actual. Oh, the other person's in this house right beside us. So maybe she's gonna give us a quest to build that afterwards. I would assume. Yeah. Hey, Aiden, what's going on? See you, William. She sounds upset. I'm gonna go destroy all her electronics and turn it into weapon parts. Well, that's not very smart. It's a trap. Oh, I just got a capture fractured axe. That's kind of cool. You don't need a door when you can just remove the wall, right? All of it. Oh yeah, you'd like literally destroy everything. Oh, there's an extra door down here. Oh, and you know what? Going through places, I found like secrets like in the basements and stuff. If you break through the walls, or if you break through stuff, yeah, sometimes you can find stuff. Oh, this one just had a whole bunch of empty crates. See a basement. Yeah, you could just tear stuff apart for hours if you really want to. Oh, TVs give wood. That's funny. I thought they would give electronics. Oh yeah, look at all these traps. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna take out a trap. Oh, the traps just give wood too. Oh wow, traps actually have several layers of defense. That's kind of cool. Oh, more bacon. Can't go wrong with that. No? I found a ton of it. So what's it telling us to do? Search for the Atlas target. So I guess we gotta keep going. I don't... Yeah, let's go through the cemetery. Ooh, that's fun. Have you... Oh, look, there's a whole door of them over here. Looks like something to destroy. I hear one. Where is it? Oh yeah, I see them. The little red dots on the map. Oh, I got one behind me. Hey, creeper. Oh yeah, you gotta stay away from that guy. Those bees will kill you fast. Oh, I think we got more incoming. We do. Whoa! Those guys have deadly aim, too. I see them on the map. I don't see them in the world, though. I do. What is this? What is this thing? Building boost. Yeah, we don't need a building boost. I don't think we're... Oh, there's a cave down here. Oh, yeah, let's go. Wait, that's probably part of the crypt now that I'm thinking about it. I'm coming. Ah, graves just give you stone. Bond, whoops. Oh, well, I guess we're committed now. Hey, this is kind of cool. The caskets you can search. Oh, they gave me ammo. Cool. I'm thinking we're gonna run into those enemies down here somewhere. It's Fury. What's up? Yeah, Aiden, sorry. This game's actually a lot of fun, man. Once you kind of get the hang of it. So, I maybe there's a secret hidden room in the middle here somewhere. No, that's because I hear those zombies, but I don't know where they are. All right. Oh no. You know what? Oh, not possible. Yeah, let's go through the wall. There we go. Yeah, the building's really quick. I can't wait to get to the higher missions where you have to like pretty much repair on the fly. Oh no. Can we... I do feel like Lara Croft now. This is why I don't play it. Oh, we can't get up there, you know. Can we build a floor here? I think we can. I think we both just built it. Oh no. What have I done? Oh, we're on the wrong level. What if we jump and do it? Ah, there we go. There we go. Oh, I see some goo. Should probably grab that. Is there? Cool. 1 sec. There's traps? Oh, you can actually search the grave itself. Oh, that's cool. Oh, I found one over here. Oh, I got bacon again. Out of a grave? I'm not sure I want to eat that, though. Yeah, that's not cool. Okay, so we still gotta search for this Atlas target thing. How much of the map do we have? We gotta go south from now. Oh wait, oh okay, yeah, we gotta go south from here, I think. Cause we got like 3/4 of the map done. Oh, I got a trap out of that too. That's not a bad deal. Hey Jose, how you doing, man? Oh, the whole stamina thing. Yeah, this is I like the tower defense thing of it. Whoa, what's here? Did we already unlock this? No? Yeah, maybe we should not destroy it. Can you search it? Uh-oh, do we got a storm incoming? I Oh, we can search it. Those ammo things are really good for a while. Ammo. Oh, you can search these things too. Oh wow, that's funky. Yeah, we might be supposed to be doing something right now, but yeah, well, I don't know. It just says search for the Atlas target. Oh, we can hear a survivor this way. There it is. There he is. Oh, there. What's he doing? Oh, all you have to do is talk to him. I saved him. Look at me save him, dude. I'm a hero. Pace. I'm glad I could help him. So we still haven't found this fragment, and look how much of the map we have unlocked. Yeah, and then you haven't seen the it's like Plants vs Zombies tower defense. I guess is the best way to explain it. Oh yeah, just a few of these zombies. I get them. This gun's pretty actually kick-ass. I upgraded it quite a bit. What's that? Oh no, it just uses the light ammo. Oh! Oh! I can take an explosion or two. Oh, he's behind there. Come here. Oh. Ah! Oh! Oh, wow, that was close. What did it give me? Oh, 30 stone. That's not even really worth it. Oh, it drops blue glow, though. That's kind of useful. Yeah. Oh, this would give you a lot of ammo. Nuts and bolts for ammo. Wow, I got bacon again. Yeah, it's fun stuff actually. Okay, are we unlocking map? Oh yeah, we are too. It's got to be somewhere around here. What is this? Ah, here we go. When you activate these, like this one says temporarily increase movement speed and mark the fragment location. So you can use them. I'm not entirely sure of the whole function of it yet. I haven't seen the application. It's weird. Oh, there's something up there. I see it. I think I found the atlas. See it right up over there. Whoa. I'll leave you a couple. So which pack did you get? I actually ended up buying only the regular because I was unsure, but I might upgrade. Oh, nice. Nice. Place in the atlas? Oh, whoa. What have we done? Oh, hello. Oh, we're building a new base. That's what we're doing. Okay, so we gotta, like, power build, I think, here. Oh! There's a throwing zombie in this building. That's kind of funny. Got it. Yeah, so basically kind of go one out and then one around. I got a whole ton of steel. Yeah, the crafting system's a little wonky. The floor as wood is fine. Just the walls and the ceiling need to be metals. Yeah. Yeah, so I guess I'll place the roof one block around. Then we can put a few traps outside. Are we? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think we have to actually interact with it, though, to get it to go. Yeah, we have to activate it, so we have some time to build. Okay. Yeah, like the floors I find very rarely ever get damaged, and they don't serve a purpose other than to hold the walls, I guess. Yeah, with a little bit of practice, it's actually not too bad. I'm gonna go with steel on the outside. You did the building tutorial, right? Yeah. Yeah, just modify one of the blocks. Why not? I got a whole bunch of steel I can dispose of. Yeah. I actually like the building. Like it's quick little missions like this. Oh, look, the store served as part of our defense. Yeah, it's best to put them outside. Half walls I found work really great as well too. It slows them right down. Oops, I just reset it. There we go. So I'm gonna go one block out with half walls outside the traps. The building animation gets me. I love it. Yeah, just kind of like go one block around. This is what I find works basically, like for a basic defense. Getting rid of a little bit of the environment helps too. This stuff really gets in the way sometimes. Yeah, you just edit it down to 1. It's kind of cool. No, we will not. I haven't seen a better bot picture than this one. A better bot picture? Hey, why not? This is a pure multiplayer game. You gotta play this game multiplayer. Okay, we're gonna go one around here, I think. Oh, it blows up bushes if you put it over top of bushes. That's kind of cool, actually. Yeah, oops, I went too far out, but whatever. These half walls, you can literally throw a field of them, and it really slows them down for a while. Oh, what's this? Ah, cool. Yeah, you're getting that. Look at you just moving along, too. It's really quick to build. That's what I like. There's actually a couple ways up. Ooh. Nice. I'm actually going to build, I think, a few walls down along here. It's worth the early investment. It's kind of like buying a jump starter where you actually get something out of it. Okay, there we go. Oh, look, we have a whole store in here we haven't even looted. Nope. I do see a storm, though. Oh, a copper boot axe. Hey, is that one better than the one I have? I'm gonna take a look at that. Oh yeah, I think it is. Oh wow, this thing's cool. Oh wow, a copper boot axe. Look at this thing go. Is there a hockey stick? You can equip it. Go to your inventory. Yeah, if you go to inventory and then the second one over, the tools and weapons. No way you got a hockey stick. That's awesome. Yeah, just double click it. That's how I did it. It's a ski boot with a ski attached to it. That's awesome. Logic. Oh, look at that. We opened up a wall. Cool. That actually works. The store is part of our defenses. We'll fall back into it. Really? Oh. Maybe you have to look something you have to look up later. It's really not much information on this game either. Play more 7 Days to Die? Okay. Yeah, I know. This is actually a nice break, because I like games like this. You can sit down for an hour and a half, play a good session, and then put it down. Like, I love 7 Days to Die, but it takes up all your time. This game is, nice quick game you can play. With your friends. Alright. Oh, is that where it's going to be coming from? Oh, that's where it's going to be coming from. We already know that. Oh, okay, whatever the store. I get this. We hacked out the store, but it works. What else is in here? Are we, I think we're good to start this. Do you have ammo and stuff? Cool. Okay, I'm gonna press the start button then. There she goes. That's not very long time. See you later, guys. Yeah, we put it on the wrong side. I think we got this, though. Oh, we got a few coming from over there, too. Yeah, we totally went defense. Hopefully the defense switches around. Because I know it does that every once in a while. Defended the wrong side. That's funny. You know what, though? They have to go through this building first to get to it. Yeah, those bones hurt. Nope. We might be in trouble, though, because we totally protected the wrong side. This is definitely a lot bigger than the other missions. Yeah, we can repair and stuff on the fly, too. Are you dead, or are you still... Oh, there, I see ya. Holy crap, we're getting swarmed like crazy. Whoa! Oh no, I fell off. You got them coming out front now too? Alright. Well, you take care... The traps will take care of them there. I got the back. Okay, you know what? I think we actually got a little bit of control over it. Whoa, look at this. You repairing? Oh, okay. I think we got this. We got the brunt of it. Oh, it shows where they're hitting the wall by doing those red things. That's kind of cool. Well, I'm glad I went and put the half walls back here. Got some over here. Oh yeah, I think they're coming from all sides now. That's okay though. There's a lot less on the map than there was before. You walked all the way over there, nothing. That's funny. Yeah, no, there's a timer up at the top and we just gotta wait through waves. You get like little timers and stuff between waves, but allow you to recuperate a bit, do a little bit of repairs. Oh, there's a whole bunch on the back of us here. Saga. Ow. Oh yeah, those things hurt. Oh no, we have a whole bunch at the back. Oh shoot, they're in there. Yeah, they came up this back part here. Oh, I got them, but think you can do some quick building? Oh no, we got lobbers again. Oh yeah, this is intense. The tower defense is so much fun. You stop doing that. Ow. Oh, you know what? I probably have enough to build a healing pad. I'm gonna build a healing pad in here. Uh-oh. No? I actually might have a few. Okay. Oh wait, yeah, they're inside. Oh yeah, they're coming up the back here. That's why. It's only a few of them too. You got this wall here? Oh. This is mad. This is just mayhem. They're all over the place. Oh, I got her. I got the artillery one. Only 3 more minutes of this. See, people are like, it's easy, and it is easy when you have like 4 people doing this. Because one person could be repairing, and then you have like 3 people shooting. Uh-oh. I don't think we have any in the actual base, no. Yeah, I am coming. Coming back. Oh, wow, that guy's tough as balls, too. He got him? Oh, yeah. I think actually, like, solo play some people think is boring, but I think it's more challenging. Oh, I'm out of ammo. Damn it. I gotta make some on the fly here. Oh, shoot. Holy crap. I just took a couple for the team. Oh, did you? What happens when you die? Oh, I see. They just have to walk into it. They don't actually attack it, I don't think. Cool. Eat that shit. Oh no! The grenade fell off the side. A minute and 15 seconds. Can we do it? Yeah, I'm protecting the back where it's exposed. Oh shoot, are they at the front? They are too. Yeah, I got the other couple. Hey, buddy. Oh, shoot, I can't even. Oh, yeah, I can. Enough of the wall. $30 seconds. We haven't failed yet. Oh, 7 seconds. We got this. Oh, shoot. One made it in somehow. Yeah, we got it. We did it. Whew. Yeah, that was fun. Hey, Taylor, what's up, man? What is my CPU? I got a 7700K. I love the baseball zombies. Yeah, it's fun. We're not even, like, high level yet, so those are just some of the base zombies. Those lobbing zombies are cool, man. Yo. Oh, we get all our loot stuff now. That's my favorite part. We made it up to level 2 loot. We didn't get any of the bonuses. Okay, so I think we're not grouped up anymore. I think, like, once we're done a mission, that's it. So we have to do the... Oh, wait. Gameedged has joined the party. Okay, you're still in my party, then. Cool, so it just takes a while to get partied, I think, at this point. Yeah. Yeah, it's going through like a whole like talking thing now. I have no idea what's going on. Hey Jaybird, what's up, man? Welcome, welcome. Well, it's like especially if you're playing alone, survivors work as players. You can direct them and go places, but you have to level up and get the ability to use them. Yeah, so like survivors are basically like what they would be in 7 Days to Die mods. Yeah, but they actually work. All right, so can I start this thing here? What was it doing to me? Oh, quest. Here we go. Retrieve the data. I'm gonna go play. Do you see me launching it? Oh, yeah, do the piano on it. Those things are fun to open. Oh, you gotta do it actually in the gameplay. Yeah, that's where I was doing it. I don't think you can, like, it would be nice if there's a loadout screen, but I think you actually have to do it. Oh, yeah, you should go through your skills and stuff, too. Give them that the quick go. Why can't I play this quest? Tutorial quest. Oh, I think I have the tutorial quest to do. No, it's not launching anything here. Okay, yeah, do it. Why not? Oh, yeah, you gotta go through a few tutorial videos. A new mission available. What? Okay, maybe if I go to map. See, like, I can go to the map and we can replay, like, any of the older ones, too. Oh, here we go. Okay, can I get it to it this way? Oh, maybe I can't do it until you're ready. Like, go to the menus and stuff. Yeah, I don't know. This is confusing me now. Or are you the part? You might be the party leader. Because I think I joined you. Where do we even find our party? Burritos does sound delicious, Jolene. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what's going on here. I can't select anything. So it must be you that's the, Yeah, the menus are a little confusing. You'll get it after a while, though. Gotta love those cut screens. I'm gonna rock this thing here. I'm gonna upgrade it a little more. Oh yeah. I'm leveling up my weapons. Feels good. Yup. I don't think I have any loot. No, I don't have any loot. I could buy one, but again, I want to get in the ranged weapon llama. Yeah, that one's 350 V-Bucks. I guess you get the V-Bucks by the quest too. Apparently everything you can buy you can just earn from playing. So buying only just gives you kind of like a faster boost, I guess. Hey Adam, how you doing, man? Ride the lightning? Okay, yeah, because there's no play button for my quest. You know what? I'm actually gonna restart the game here. Oh wait, no, wait. Last time it ended up working. Oh wait, here, I'll leave party and then send you an invite, see what happens. Oh, here we go. Oh, now I can select stuff and whatnot. So yeah, I'm gonna send you an invite here. There you go. See if that works. There we go. I haven't found any good like tutorials or anything online for it so far. It's just like let's plays of randomness. Yeah, you should be able to join me. Maybe it's just taking a long time to join. Yeah, that would be nice. Cause yeah, like I have a launch timer, but it only gives me so much time. Didn't it do that last time? How do you end up joining me? What happened there? You know what though? I was thinking about it. I was playing multiplayer, and then all of a sudden I couldn't find a full lobby, and I had no problem before. Like it was instantaneous. You would join a full lobby, and start the game right away. But right before actually we started streaming, I went to go do the next one, and that's why I was like, oh, I'll just try single player. Now I'm thinking about it. Maybe the matchmaking is broken. Yeah, I think we got to give him some time to polish this. But it was a good play though. I had a ton of fun. Yeah, no problem. The single player as well too, man. If you follow it through, it explains everything basically. It's pretty good at it. All right, cool, man. Have a good one. Peace. Oh, it won't. It won't even let me leave my own mission. That's awesome. It just started it. Yeah. That's funny. All right. Yeah. Cool. All right, man. Have a good one. Peace. Hey guys, so I think I'm gonna end the stream there. Actually, my voice is pretty friggin' sore. An hour is about all I can do with that. So I want to thank you for coming out. Fortnite's a great game, guys. I am looking for people to play multiplayer with. So hit me up on Discord, guys. And I'm gonna look into the sound issue as well too. That's really weird because they're showing nothing wrong on my end, and it's like every time I hit something, I can see it go up. So yeah, that's really odd. Anyways, guys, it was fun. I'll see you over on Discord and possibly in Fortnite. Have a good one, guys. Peace out. I'm gonna just actually stop the stream here today, guys. Peace.